It's estimated that there are 15,000 people who are living in conditions of modern slavery in Australia. Modern slavery is used to describe situations where perpetrators use coercion, threat or deception to exploit people and undermine their freedoms. Another form of modern slavery is early enforced marriage, which is when somebody is coerced, tricked or threatened into marriage, or when they are under the age of 18. And unfortunately, often the perpetrators are their parents, other family members or other close community members as well. Modern slavery occurs across all industries. So that includes the agricultural industry, the construction industry, hospitality, retail, the sex industry, and it also happens in private households as well. The impact of modern slavery on a survivor is huge. There are those initial implications, for example, that person being homeless, being without their ID, without their passport, and all of this often in a foreign country without their usual network of support. Their health may also have been severely impacted. For example, they may have been overworked, malnourished, they may have untreated injuries and illnesses as well. In terms of their mental health, there's also a recovery journey that they have to start working on as well, because they may often have symptoms of PTSD, as well as just learning again how to build trust with people when their trust has been broken. Unfortunately, for a lot of survivors, the trafficker or perpetrator may have also been someone who was known to them or who they trusted. So building up that trust in others again, as well as that trust in themselves as they learn to make decisions for themselves and build up their self-confidence again, are all obviously things that take a long time to work through. The Transitional Housing Program supports survivors to choose their own accommodation in an area that's convenient to them, and then subsidises the rent and helps with all of the practicalities of moving into the private rental market, like organising a lease, organising the bond, as well as providing money to support someone to set up their home with new furniture, white goods and anything else that they might need. Importantly, the program also provides casework support for 1 year, which really helps that survivor as they navigate being a tenant in the private rental market, as they start to learn about their new community, and as they also learn how to make sure that they can maintain their tenancy now and into the future. What we've seen from the Transitional Housing Program is that survivors' sense of confidence and their ability to manage their private rental, as well as other aspects of their life after the 12 months on the program, are really increased. And they also have practical things, like they now have a rental history in Sydney and they're able to understand how to either maintain their tenancy at that property or to move into a new tenancy and take those steps to do that independently. The Transitional Housing Program is a completely unique program. It's the only one of its kind in terms of supporting survivors along their whole transitional housing journey for up to 12 months. Before this Transitional Housing Program, there was a real gap in medium to long-term housing support for survivors of modern slavery in Australia. So the Transitional Housing Program filled a gap that means that people can have that opportunity to live independently and to establish their own household, but also have that safety net of support while they do so. Housing is a basic human right, and it's also an essential need that needs to be met for people to feel safe. Everybody needs a roof over their head.